Testing, 1, 2, 3, test. Here we go. Okay, ready, guys? Hopefully there's no static. I'm having a little problem with this program. Let's do it. His purpose was to make one new man from the two, thus making peace. Guys, the name of this ministry is called This Is It. 4, 3, 2, 1, before the fire. The Lord told me when I started this ministry, this is what you will name your ministry. I thought it was the strangest thing. I was there with Clay, Clay Udaly, who ended up staying with me for a couple years doing video editing. Super nice guy. My kids absolutely loved Clay. He was a very nice, very kind-hearted person. At that time, the Lord told me, Jonathan, you will name this. This is it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Before the fire. I thought it was the strangest thing. I was sitting at my dining room table. Clay was there. We were working on some video stuff, and out of nowhere, just boom. And I started buzzing, and sometimes I'll look at my arms and go, wow. And then I just looked at the ceiling, and I was like, you want me to name the ministry? This is it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Before the fire. That's what and right then and there in front of Clay. And then I heard, you will lay hands on the sick and they will recover. People will call in and they will give their lives to me. They will surrender their lives to me live on the radio. I will bless this ministry. I said all those words out loud. I'm looking you right in the eye. I said all those words out loud right in front of Clay. And it was, I don't know how to describe it. It was almost like I was in a bit of a trance. Because as I was saying the words, I was going, you want me to name this program? This is it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Before the fire. I'll lay hands on the sick and they'll recover. People will call in and surrender their lives to me on this radio program. I will bless this ministry. And then all of a sudden it was gone. Just like, and I looked at Clay. I still remember. I looked over at Clay because it was really awkward. I looked at Clay and Clay's looking at me and I go, well, that was weird. And I'm like, okay, so, and that was before the first radio program. Okay, before the fire. Now, let me share this with you because I'm getting ready to throw some stuff your way that just get ready. So anyway, so that was before the first program. Well, I put on YouTube, I did a video letting people know, hey, I'm going to be on the radio. I'd already done AM radio, and I'd done some other radio programs, but the Lord told me, I want you to have your own platform. And so we got it all up and running, started. We worked out the kinks trying to get it, trying to do this blog talk thing, and it was ready to go for the first night. And then the Lord, gives me this download, and the very first caller of the very first program, the very first program, I think it was at 8 o'clock at night. For anybody that has been around, please leave a comment in the comment section. So I think it was at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, and my call doc was just overflowing. There were so many calls coming in. I was like, what? There were so many phone calls coming in because you could call in live and talk, and I would pick up calls and answer questions and stuff. And so anyway, as these calls were coming in, it was right then and there, very beginning of the show, my whole body just lit up and started buzzing. I was like, oh, wow. And I said, guys, I don't know what's going on, but oh, wow, the Lord's telling me right now somebody's about to get converted right now. Those are some of the first words I ever said on that radio program. I said, I don't know what's going on. The Lord, someone's about to get saved, converted. What? And then I almost panicked because there were so many phone calls. So I was like, well, which one do you pick? It's like, someone's calling in, someone's about to get converted right now. So anyway, as these calls were rolling in and I was on the verge of panicking because there were too many, I just stopped and went, okay, that one. And I just grabbed one number. It was from England, and they're 7 hours ahead. So if it was 8 o'clock our time, do the math. It was some ridiculous hour in the morning over there. And the lady that came on, her name was Yvonne Orr. Yvonne Orr was my first caller. Orr means child of fire. And the very first thing, she was so sweet. She's such a kind lady. She was like, "Oh, I was just listening, and the Lord just put it on in my heart. I want to give my life to Christ. I want to give my life to Jesus Christ." It was just right out of the gate, just like the gate for a horse race opening. The first one out, Yvonne Orr. Right then and there, the very first caller gave her life to Christ, surrendered, prayed, received Christ right then and there. And her name meant child of fire, before the fire. Okay, now, I want to share this with you. Also, Jonathan means Yahweh is given. Y'all know my name. Jonathan means Yahweh is given. Kleck means a messenger that gathers the church and rings the bell. It's like a town crier. That is the exact word used in the Bible as a ministers of the gospel. A preacher is called a town crier, literally the same as my name. So I want to share with you something very quickly, and then I want to show you this, and I want to show you this. I want you to read this, and then I want to share with you, see right here it says Kleck Deep Thoughts. That's kind of funny. But I was in my car and I was driving, and I was talking to the Lord, and just out of nowhere, just like when I was sitting at the table with Clay, when the Lord told me before the fire, this is it, 4, 3, 2, 1, before the fire, this is what you'll name your ministry. Well, I was driving my car the other day, and out of nowhere, just the Lord showed up, and I just started speaking what the system is, and I heard the Lord say, record it. It was just out of left field. So I want you guys to listen to this recording. It's just audio. Dave put a picture of me standing by the beach. That's kind of cool. I didn't know what to name the video or the little recording right here. So I just was cracking up and I said, name it Deep Thoughts, and Dave just put this picture with it. But this video right here is just me driving in my truck, and the Lord just came to me and told me, just record this. So you have this to listen to myself. Okay, now, then I'm going to Houston, and I'm going to do a video, and on the video, I'm going to show you the drive. I'm going to show you where to pay attention, that I jokingly referred to as the meth lab on the way, through the woods. Don't go in the place that looks like the meth lab. It's like, don't go in there. Anyway, they have dogs. There's dogs that roam free in front of some of the properties there. If you are a dog owner, do not just walk your dog by these dogs. Some of them are dangerous. They have been caught on our trail cams killing wild pigs. So you don't want to just walk your innocent little puppy by there and think it's going to go well. It's not going to go well. Okay, I'm giving you a heads up. I don't want someone to show up with their longtime best friend doggy, and their longtime best friend doggy ends up dying at the hands of a pit bull. Okay, please. Okay, so now, okay, ready? Let's do this. Let me show you. This is just mind-blowing to me. So my name, the Lord revealed the meaning of my name to me after he started giving me this ability, and I freaked out. I literally freaked out. And I was yelling I was in my living room at one of my apartments, and I was just screaming with a clenched fist, and I'm just being honest, lots of F-bombs. I was like, what the F is this? Why the F are you showing me all this sick stuff? What the F is going on? This is insane. Who am I to you that you would show me these things? I have to be someone, obviously, to you, that you would show me, of all people, what you're showing me. So who am I? What's going on? So it was an honest plea. And so then the Lord had me open a book that was on my coffee table, and it said, and I've copied that actual page. It's in the show notes. And I'll quote it for you. It said, the ancient Israelites believed that names had mystical powers and meanings, and in many ways reflected the character and destiny of a person. Children would name their, parents would name their children at birth, except for boys 8 days later at the time of circumcision. Parents would name their children showing one of God's appellations and seeking advice from relatives and friends. For instance, Jonathan means Yahweh has given. That's when I found out what my name meant, that my name had a meaning. Then the Lord took me to Isaiah and said, I give names to my people that show the plans I have for them. And Isaiah says, I have called you by your name, you are mine. I have surnamed you. So anyway, so that's when I realized the Lord even knew my name before I was born, what it was going to be. It freaked me out. Anyway, so then I found out my name was Yahweh's given. Then he told me, look up your last name. That's when I found out Kleck meant a messenger that rings a bell, gathers the church. And so, anyway, from there on, I've learned a lot on names. So anyway, so here we go. Let me show you this real quick because I want to show you what Strong's meaning is of 4321. So he told me I had to name the ministry before I went public, before I did the radio thing and it became a full-fledged thing, that I had to name it This Is It 4321 before the fire. And I told you the first caller, her name was Yvonne Orr, which means child of fire. Watch this. Strong's 4321 is Mikayehu. I know what Mika means because like Michael is Mikael, who is like El, the Almighty God. Mika means who is like Yehu, who is like Yah. So that's what Mikayehu means. Who is like Yah. I mean, that's just insane. So this is it. This is it. There's a whole this is it testimony too. Don't have time for all that. 4321, who is like Yah before the fire. At the night under the stars, guys, where the Lord just put it to me to have these fire rings. I was actually trying to come up with a way to be able to build fires outside at night so everyone could, get around them, get warm. And it was just cost effectively, it was just not really a smart idea. And the Lord sent me to a ranch supply called D&D, and I knew he had told me to go there, and I went there, and they had a fire pit that was $7,200, and it was like the size of a truck. You could cook a whole cow on it. And I'm like, Lord, I know you didn't send me here for that, so why did you send me here? And because there was nothing that was going to work for what we're doing. And I was confused, like maybe I heard wrong, and that always worries me. If I go somewhere, did something when I know I heard the Lord tell me to do it, it would unseat me. And so I said, Lord, I know that you sent me here, but I'm not buying a fire pit for $7,200. That's not even possible. So why did you send me here? And I asked this young man, so a young man had a little golf cart, and I asked him, I said, do you guys have anything besides, this insane, you can cook a couple cows on fire pit? And he goes, well, we have some fire rings. And I went, fire rings? And he goes, yeah, come on, jump in the cart. So I was in the golf cart, and he drives me up to some other fire pits actually. And I went, oh, well, those are like $800 a pop. We're not doing that. And he goes, no, I have these fire rings, and it's a metal ring, and you put it on the ground, you put your wood in there, and when you're done, you just, whatever. You just pick up your ashes and take the ring and put it up. But it's on the ground. It just keeps the fire from spreading outside the ring. So I thought it was really fascinating that now at this get together we have fire rings, and that's going to be part of the venue at night under the stars. So I thought I would share that with you. This is it, 4321, who is like Yah before the fire. Now, Let me show you something from the Sausage Party before I play Deep Thoughts, okay? Right? Watch this. I want you to read this. Okay, Sausage Party. The only thing food wants. Now I put the word food wants in green because it is in green. Isn't it weird they want the Green New Deal, Green Deal, New Green Deal, New Green Deal? Have you ever read the Green Deal? I have. I went and started reading it. They engage you immediately in the opening saying it is an absolute fact that there is a carbon dioxide problem on the planet, and it is an absolute fact the number one cause of this global warming is from humans. Just stop for a sec. Okay, it's from humans. So in order to reduce it, we need to, what do you think the answer to that is? Reduce those that are breathing, huh? Now, this is the trailer, The Sausage Party, you're about to watch. Like I said, every time you see, you're going to see green writing, food wants with us the truth. But I want you to read this all together because it's spread out during the course of this trailer. And let me show you what I mean. Right here, it'll say, the only thing, right here, see the only thing food wants, food is in green, food wants is in green. Then you don't see any writing for a little bit. They play a little more trailer, and then they have some more writing, and again it's black and white, and then it's colored. Here's what it says. The only thing food wants is to go home with us, but this summer food will finally learn the truth. Okay, so when you watch this trailer, think about it. Sausage Party, just think sex, penis, Earth, Vatican, male and female reproductive systems. It's always the same thing. Sausage Party, the only thing food wants is to go home with us, but this summer food will finally learn the truth. Okay, that's what's written in this Sausage Party trailer. And remember, the whole system is about what? Up and down. Remember National Treasure? Could it really be that simple? And he turns it and the door opens. He turns it 180 degrees and the door opens. The goal for the pit is to destroy up. And the way they do it is in the system we call the earth, through the host body, destroying angels that get caught in the trap. It's a snare. It turns them upside down. They get caught in what we call the host body system, and it self-cannibalizes. It just, unless you get converted and you stop the process of self-cannibalization, you will go to the pit. Your essence, your soul goes to the pit. That's why Ezekiel says, I'm against you women who hunt the souls of men to make your pillows fly. Okay, here you go. Ready? Watch this, and then I'm going to play the deep thoughts because I want y'all to hear what the Lord put through me, but I want you to compare it to the Sausage Party. Here we go. You ready?
Welcome, shoppers.
Ketchup?
I'm going to pause it right there. It starts with these words, welcome shoppers, and the female says, catch up. Do you get it? Catch up. That's why it started with those words, catch up. And they're just disguising it like, red ketchup, the tomato paste that goes on your hot dogs. So here we go. Just wanted you to know that. Let's do it again.
mustard. Oh, sausages and buns.
I can't be everything you want me to be. I can't be.
Get him straight, boys! Hey, look at this! We've got one!
Yes, we're chosen!
Pick us!
Yes!
We've been chosen together.
Hey, Brenda, you and me.
Okay, guys, having a little recording button issue. Ready? Let's do it again. I have to turn the sound off from my voice for this to work correctly. I'm having program issues. So let's watch the Sausage Party trailer again. When the girl walks in the store, or when the trailer begins, the first thing the girl says is catch up. Catch up. That's the meaning. Okay, now let's do it again. Hopefully the audio is going to be just fine. Here we go. Let's try it again.
Welcome, shoppers.
Ketchup, mustard. Oh, sausages and buns.
I can't be everything you want me to be. I can't be.
Get him straight, boys! Hey, look at this! We've got one!
Yes, we're chosen!
Pick us!
Yes!
We've been chosen together.
Hey, Brenda, you and me.
I'm so happy that God's put our packages together.
It's because we belong together.
It's like we were made for each other.
Get ready, boys!
Feels amazing. Oh, yes, I'm the first to enter eternity. Oh, potato! Way to go, buddy! The pipes are coming. Oh, Jesus, me eyes! Oh, gummy skin! She's peeling me skin!
Oops.
They're eating children! It's just children!
So, you have learned the terrible truth.
I gotta tell everyone.
Everything we believe is a lie.
What if the gods are doing this to us because we touched hips? It wasn't even that. I mean, it was fine. It's not like anyone writes home and says, "Oh God, I had the best tip."
Shake what your mama
Run,
gave
guys,
you.
run!
Behavior overstated, underrated,
I'm going to pause it there. Have y'all noticed in society there's a major push to demonize white. White is evil now. We all know that they're demonizing just the color white. So it's racism, just white now. Watch this. Just pay attention. Watch. You see that? Swatch.
Hey, I am sorry. I accidentally dropped a few things back there.
Hey! I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix this.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now I just wanted to play that for a minute, and I wanted to give you guys just a perspective. This is a commercial. It's a trailer to a movie by Seth Rogen. Total sellout. The only thing food wants is to go home with us. But this summer, food will finally learn the truth. And then you heard the part where he goes, "So you have learned the terrible truth." The truth is brutal. The truth is so brutal. Knowing the truth, and I've carried the truth around with me for 20 years now, since 2002. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff at this get-together we can't talk about here. It's going to blow your mind. I'm going to have my computer laptops set up. I'm going to have a 50-foot HDMI cord. And right in front of you guys, I'm going to get on that computer and I'm going to show you stuff you've never seen. You're going to freak out. Now, I want you to think about what I just showed you. This trailer. Food learns the terrible truth. What's the terrible truth? That they leave the safety of where they were at and they went out the doors. And when they went out the doors, they literally became food for a female. A female. It's a female system. Satan owns that. He is the boss of that. Now, I want you to listen to this thing that the Lord let me do in my car now. I just want you to hear, as I was driving in my car, just the Lord just was there with me, and I was just speaking out loud the system that there's a hidden world, but the hidden world is more real than the world that you think you're living in. I mean, everybody that just goes around their daily deal and doesn't have any clue, the truth is there's another world, and that world that's inverted is really run by the pit, and it runs the flesh. That's what's running you. You got trapped in it. But the Lord God is over and above all of it. Whoever he determined is his, is his. But the fascinating thing about all this is to see the parallel, to watch the Sausage Party trailer. Watch it a couple times. Listen. Watch it without looking at the pictures and just listen to the words and then go back and redo it. Watch this. Here we go. I'm going to play this for you. It's only 4 minutes and 42 seconds, but I just want you to listen to this. And again, this was while I was driving my car. The Lord had me kind of jot this down for everybody as well as for myself. So here we go. You ready?
The hidden world. So there's another world. There's a hidden world that people don't know is there. They can't see it. It's a spiritual world, but it is more real than the world that we live in. The hidden world, though, manifests into this system that we call the flesh or the earth. So the hidden world manifests, becomes clear or evident. It makes itself seen in this world. But you cannot see it even though it's everywhere, unless you are awakened. So unless you've been awakened and the light of God and the light of Christ has awakened you, you'll never be able to see this hidden world. You just can't. It's impossible. You have to be awakened and you see it. And then when you see it and you realize it, it's easy to turn to Jesus and ask for forgiveness of your sins. Because then you realize, what am I doing here? I don't even belong here. What's going on? Then you'll realize you're from heaven and that you're not from here. And that's why Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world. And so the outward manifestation of the pit and Satan's kingdom is everywhere in what we call the earth. And that's what I do. I show you that the Vatican's really a snake. Why is the Vatican a snake? Why is the mouth of the snake a vagina? Well, the answer is that was the forbidden fruit. So to want to have sex and have a host body to do that. So the outward manifestation of the pit, which Satan is the angel of the bottomless pit, and he's the king of the locusts from the pit. So the locusts are breeding above ground through a host body system called humanity. That's why Lady Gaga wears a dress with a serpent on it, as well as an insect, because the insects are down in the pit. Satan is the king of the insects from the pit. It says in Revelation 9, they had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit, Apollyon. Apollyon is Satan. So if Apollyon is, or Satan is the angel of the bottomless pit, and he's the king of the locusts from the pit that have tails like scorpions, faces like men, hair like women, and wings, the sound of their wings is as many horses rushing into battle. So that's Satan's kingdom. He's the prince of darkness. He's not seen above ground. He's not seen on the surface, but the manifestation of his race is everywhere. But if you're asleep, you can't see it. And if you're asleep, I can show it to you, and you can look at it and go, huh, whatever. But if I'm showing you that the Vatican's a snake and that doesn't rock your world, then you're obviously not awake. You've never been awakened. If I can show you the largest altar in the world, which is the mouth of the snake, on the inside of the building is a vagina and a penis. That's because Satan owns the flesh, male and female. If you can't understand that, it's because the darkness of Satan, he's clouded your mind and you can't understand, you can't receive the truth. So I stand in the gap showing everybody the outward manifestation of Satan's kingdom here on earth. So when I show you the Vatican's a snake, well, Satan is synonymous with the serpent. So if the Vatican is a snake, the serpent is Satan. So it's a race of beings that looks human, that hunts angels through the host body system. That was the big thing to try and solve and try and resolve, and it's the greatest mystery ever solved, and the Lord of God purposed me to do that. So I just wanted to document that as I drive in my car, so there's a very clear understanding that I felt like I could elucidate it very clearly by speaking it out loud. And so I've done that, and I'm recording this right now. So, all right.
Okay, so again, there it is. And so I started this with that there's a hidden world. Well, that's exactly where the sausage party starts as well. Let's listen again.
Ketchup, mustard. Oh, sausages and buns.
I can't be everything you want me to be. I can't be.
Set them straight, boys! Hey, look at this! We've got one!
Oh, yes, we're chosen. Yes.
So hopefully this thing's not glitching. I hope not. So there's a hidden world that you can't see. This movie's just making fun of you. Sausage Party. The hidden world. What it's really all about. This trailer right here, I mean this recording in my truck, it's the same thing. There's a hidden world that's more real than the world you think you live in.
So there's another world, there's a hidden world that people don't know is there. They can't see it. It's a spiritual world, but it is more real than the world that we live in.
Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there, and I'm just going to give you guys time just to kind of listen to those and think about it. Then when for those of y'all that make it to the get together, I'm going to record. I'm going to be doing some videos while I'm teaching. I'm going to teach in front of you guys. I'm going to plug in my computers, and I'm going to run that HDMI to a giant screen, and I'm going to put on the same program I'm using right now, so whoever's sitting behind me, y'all will be in those videos. If you don't want to be in the video, then you want to make sure you're off to the side a little bit. Anyway, and I'm going to document that stuff, and I'm going to put it on another platform for you folks that don't get to make it. So I'll show you right where to go. We'll put it on Brighteon or BitChute, and you can go over there and you can see what we're doing, because I'm going to drop some bombs on folks. I mean, some of the stuff I haven't been able to drop even before all the draconian measures. Some of the stuff that I have, I couldn't even put it on YouTube anyway. That's how serious it is. Anyway, so, all right. Now, so here's the thing. Again, now let me just recap. I just want to show you those things, give you guys a little bit of stuff to think about. I wanted to tell you, if you have a dog, do not just walk down that road to the ark with your dog. Don't do it. There are other dogs along the way that are in front of different properties, and you may find yourself fighting for your dog's life. I don't want that to happen. So we're going to make arrangements. When you get there, I'm going to show up and I'm going to talk to everybody. And we're going to have a way that if you want to drive up to the front where the ark is and drop off passengers, drop off your dog with somebody so they're already there, and then you can drive right back down the street to where the parking is, and then you can take the shuttle over. So anyway, I'm just crossing some T's, dotting some I's, making sure no one has anything bad happen. I want everyone to have an awesome time. I don't want anyone to find out stuff that we could have helped you with. All right, so get ready. We're going to do it. And all for you folks that aren't going to make it, let me tell you something, guys. It doesn't matter where you are. If we're at an event and the Lord's like, well, this is the time for everything to happen, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter. It's just, if you get to be there, you get to be there because you're meeting other believers that know the truth. I mean, we're a small group. Here's what the Bible says. Narrow is the path and hard is the way that leads to life, and few there be that ever find it. Everybody in this world that goes to church and all the church, everybody's going to go to heaven. No, few there be that ever find it. Okay, and here's the reason why. You got inverted. You got caught in a snare. Okay, now, that's it. I'm going to start getting all my stuff together. Let's get this show on the road, guys. We're working diligently at the Ark to get everything ready for y'all. All right, love you in Christ. Take care.